Co here, and today we are going to be telling you the story about when me and Fabian found out that we were pregnant.
It's a good one.
I was around 3 weeks pregnant when I found out I was pregnant, and that's really early for most women. Most women usually find out when they're around 6 weeks. That's at least what the nurse told me when I found out. But anyways, me and Fabian, we usually had this routine that like after we had school and everything and after we studied for a while, we would go out and get dinner or something just to be off of campus because I didn't like being on campus because just the vibe was off on campus, so I just didn't like being on campus. So we went out to eat and Fabian really wanted Waba Grill, and so there was a Waba Grill like a couple miles away from school, and there's a Walmart right next to the Waba Grill, and this was next to our university. And I was like, you know what, I want to go into Walmart real quick because I just want to get a pregnancy test just because, I don't know, I just feel like I'm pregnant. And I was like talking about it so relaxed, like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm pregnant. So Fabian's like, okay, well, I want Waba Grill after. And so we go into Walmart and we get a pregnancy test.
The Walmart's right next to the Waba Grill.
Yeah, it's in the same complex. So we go to Walmart, we get a pregnancy test. And then we go to oh yeah, we got 3 of them because
it was in a pack.
No, it was in a pack. Yeah, it was in a pack of 3. And I was like, yeah, so just in case this one says yes for some reason, we can just check 2 more times. So he's in Waba Grill and he's ordering his food, and I go to the Waba Grill bathroom, and I go in there and I do my thing with the little test. And then after like 2 minutes or something, you read it, and there was like this faint line, and I was like, yeah, this is negative, there's no way. And then I'm really thinking about it and I'm like, is this broken or like,
so we try it again.
Is it like, and then I go out and ask Fabian, and I just kind of like, what was the look on my face?
You look kind of concerned but not too worried. Yeah,
I looked like, this is trying to trick me, but I'm not gonna like go crazy about it right now.
Didn't you try a second one?
Yeah, the second one was a yes or no. It's supposed to be the more accurate one, but then yes or no never came up. It was like broken. It has a little clock while it's like waiting for the answer, and then it just stayed at the clock forever. Yeah. Like we still have it and it's still the clock. And then the third one was when we tried it and the line was a little bit darker. So, and that was the day after, right?
Yeah.
Because we wanted to wait it out and see like, oh, okay, well, if we wait longer, the line, I guess, will get darker. So we tried it. We tried it the next day when we were at the library.
Yes.
We were studying at the library, and the line was a little bit darker. And I was like, and somehow I found the confidence in me to send a picture to my mom and be like, hey, what does this say? And she was like, yeah, that's definitely negative. But just go to your hospital just in case and ask your doctor and
that would be the most accurate, honestly.
Yeah, if you think you're pregnant and you have like a little bit of a faint line or something. Okay, just by the way, a faint line means yes, which I learned. Any even if you barely see it, see it.
That's just for the ones that have lines.
Yeah,
there's all types of different ones.
If you barely see it, it's a yes. Just letting you guys know, because I had the hardest time. I was all stressed out over this because I was like, is this a yes or no? Is it broken? I thought it was supposed to be darker because I'm looking up pictures online, and you know how you always see the dark 2 lines, but mine was super faint. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so I went to my hospital the next day, and mind you, this was the beginning of spring quarter of college. I was about to have like a rock hit me because, going into college, I was taking like 18 units, and that's like the full load, and I was a psych major, and I try really hard to get straight A's. So I was just thinking like I can't be pregnant because I have school, and I can't be pregnant because I am too young and I barely know Fabian. So we go to my hospital, and Fabian and I go, so I think I made my appointment on a Wednesday just in case anything happened, and I was just like too emotional to go to class. I went on a Wednesday because I only had a lab on Wednesday. So yeah, so we both go to the hospital, and I go in, and I have this really, really nice nurse. And this nurse, honestly, was the person that really reassured me when I found out I was pregnant that I could do it, that I could have a baby. So I go in and I'm talking to this nurse and like small talk, and then she gives me a pregnancy test and I take it, and I'm just sitting there very anxiously because I don't really know what it's going to say. I saw the 2 faint lines. I didn't know what the 2 faint lines mean. I was being told by my mom that the faint lines mean negative, that it means nothing, because I guess everyone's used to the 2 dark lines. So anyways, the nurse comes back and she was like, yeah, well, that's definitely positive. It was so hard for me to see the line, but it's definitely positive. You're definitely pregnant. And I just, like, I couldn't even control my emotions. I just started crying, and she told me, okay, look, your next step is, I know you're young and everything, but your next step is, are you going to decide to call this number to schedule an abortion? Or are you going to call this number to start scheduling your prenatal care?
And it was either or.
Well, what other option would it be?
No, yeah, but like they didn't. Okay, whatever.
Sorry. But yeah,
Jesus
anyways, I just like all of a sudden I was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. What?
And you had to do it quick.
And yeah,
It's like,
and you're on a timeline because by a certain point, it's a surgery to get an abortion. I was so early on that, I just take a pill and flush it out. But by a certain point, which I was, inching up to, you would have to have surgery. And apparently that type of surgery, it's like, it
Can
sucks
really
it out. It
can
sucks
really-
out the baby, right? It sucks out the baby, but you don't know what else you're sucking out, So
it could be really dangerous for the female body.
it could be dangerous for your future pregnancy and hurt you having a pregnancy in the future. So
That's why they don't recommend that type of
that's why they
surgery.
recommend doing the pill early,
Yeah.
so that you don't have to do the vacuum out, because like I said, what else are you taking out besides just the baby? So anyways, she talks to me and she's like, look, I found out I was pregnant when I was 19 also. Your life's not over after this. Your life's not over if you decide to have your baby. Okay, I had my baby at 19 and I still went to nursing school and I still became a nurse, and I love my baby girl, and I couldn't imagine my life without her. And I was crying to her because I was asking her, like, what do you think I should do? I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I should keep it or not. Like, I'm just 19, I just started college, I'm only in my 3rd quarter of college, and I have like a lot of goals for myself in the future. And something that I learned later on is that just because you have a kid young, that doesn't mean all your goals are like ruined, like you can't do anything with your life anymore. Doesn't mean you're completely stuck and you have no other options than just being a stay-at-home mom. Like, I'm still planning on going back to school to be a nurse. It's going to be harder, obviously, because I have 2 babies I'm taking care of. But, I mean, it's also a lot more help that the fact that Fabian is still with me, and Fabian's still taking care of the babies, and Fabian loves his babies. So, that's just something I learned later on, is like, your life isn't over.
And I'm almost done with school, so that's a big help.
Yeah, and another thing that reassured me was, even though I had known Fabian for 2 months, I had a spot back in my mind that, you know what, even if something bad did happen in a relationship, like, he's a reliable guy. He's a loyal guy, and he's faithful, and he sticks to his word. And I just knew, even if we weren't together, he'd still be in my life, and I was okay with that, just because of how much we clicked and how much we got along with each other. And even though it was 2 months that we had like known each other,
2 months in from
we were 2 months dating. We had known each other
officially dating.
Yeah, we had 2 months officially dating. So we had known each other a month before. 3 months isn't a whole difference, but but I still felt like, for some reason, I felt confident that it was going to be okay if we had a baby.
It almost felt like it was meant to be.
Really?
To me, it did.
Why?
To me, it felt like it was like, okay, you guys, you're taking forever to graduate, and you just started, so.
Yeah, Fabian was a double senior last year, and and I just started. He was like, you know what, this is fate. This is why I'm a double senior, so I could meet you. Yeah, I felt confident having Fabian as the dad, and the only problem was I had never met his family It wasn't a problem though. I love
No,
his
it was a
family.
problem because you were too scared to meet them.
Yeah, I was too scared to meet his family in the beginning 2 months because it's just really nerve-wracking for me to meet families in general.
What a way to meet them.
So
Hey, I'm pregnant.
on
You're
that Wednesday, I found out I was pregnant, and then that Friday, he told his sister that I was pregnant, and she told her family.
She couldn't hold it in. I was gonna invite my parents out for dinner Friday evening, and break it down to them, and my sister just couldn't hold it and told them.
Yeah, so that Wednesday we found out for sure, and then on Friday, I met Fabian's parents for the first time. So I had class on Friday and Fabian would work on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, so I had waited for him to get out of work. We met Sylvina first. So we went to this place called BEBÉS, which is like, Fabian's family loves this place, this Mexican place called BEBÉS. And it's like right next to the house. And it was sister's birthday. And it was his sister's birthday. And so we go there and I meet her for the first time. And she's telling me, like, you need to have baby. You need to have the baby.
They're such a blessing.
Yeah.
What else did she say?
Like, it's scary now, but you're going to have a lot of help.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of help from my family, and your family's going to come around, and you're going to have a lot of help from your family.
And she had the audacity to say, even if Fabian doesn't help you out, we're going to help you out.
Yeah. Even if Fabian doesn't step up, we'll help you.
Yeah. I was like, girl, I'm going to step up. Don't worry.
And so, but yeah, so then after that, I went to meet Fabian's, I went to meet Fabian's family for the first time, and
I mean, I was still nervous. I knew my parents weren't upset when my sister broke it down to them, but I was still nervous because, I mean, that's just big news all around. So when I get to the house, my heart's racing, and I open the door and I see both of my parents sitting in the sofa couch, and I'm like stuttering, not knowing what to say. So I'm like, hey Dad, this is Cameron. And then they get up and they're like, hi, and they welcome her with like the biggest smiles, and they hug her and they sit us down, and my dad's like, so what's up? And I was like, you know. And then he was like, when did this happen? When did you guys find out? So we started telling them, and then my dad just made us feel so like comforted, secure in the fact that we were gonna have help. And at the time, we don't know it's twins. It's just one baby at the time that we know of.
yeah, when we found out it was twins, whole different.
Everyone was like, what? Double the trouble. Double the everything.
Yeah, but I thought like overall, you telling your parents was like good.
A big relief, a stress reliever.
Yeah.
It was a big weight off our backs once my parents found out, and we had their support.
Mhm.
And your parents too. They supported us.
Yeah, you know, I feel like every parent, if you find out your kid is pregnant young, you're kind of in shock and you're kind of mad, which is a given. But then after like a couple weeks, everyone just like started to get happy about it.
You adapt.
Yeah, you just are like, okay, well, you know, it's not what I expected for my kid, but
Especially early on.
she's gonna have a baby, and you know, babies are blessings, and like let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Then when we found out we were having twins, so I was so early on in my pregnancy that I had to wait an entire month to have my first ultrasound, because usually, like I said, you're like 6 weeks pregnant when you find out, or later, and you're able to, you know, schedule an appointment real quick, or even, you know, have your ultrasound like the next couple days. I had to wait an entire month. But in that first month, I was exhausted. I was throwing up so much. I was so, like, the worst was how tired I was. I was exhausted. And I later on find out that, well, you know, you're growing 2 babies in you, so that's more work. Yeah, so I had to wait an entire month for my first ultrasound appointment. So within that month, everyone's calming their nerves. Everyone's getting excited. Everyone's thinking, like, okay, Cameron's having a baby.
Baby's still around.
Baby. And so by that time, everyone's excited. Mama. So everyone is relaxing. Everyone is more relaxed. And we all go to the appointment. I invite my mom, my dad, Fabian's sister's baby, and
We invited a lot of people, but they were the ones that were able to make it.
of course Fabian. Yeah, we invited Fabian's parents, of course, also, but
They had work,
they
so they couldn't
weren't
make
able
it.
to make it. So it is just us, not even just us. Usually it's just you and your significant other that go to the appointment, but no one told us that we couldn't fill up the room with people, so so all of us were in the room. And the first ultrasound you do is like kind of awkward because it's very hard to tell if there's a baby there through the stomach ultrasound. You have to do it a vaginal ultrasound. So I'm just like over there, like my legs wide open, and like, okay, let's see if there's a baby in here. And I knew there was a baby because I was so tired. I was puking, and I just felt miserable. Like it was so much stress on my body. But we go in there, and the doctor's really nice. She's a really kind doctor. Pretty much, we go in there, and Fabian's gonna tell this part. He loves to tell this story, so go ahead.
Yeah. So once we're in there, the doctor proceeds to do the ultrasound, and everyone's in there like biting their nails and like, okay, what's going on? And then the the doctor just all of a sudden says, "Oh my God," and we're like, "Oh my God, what?" You know, something could be wrong with the baby. Oh my God, what happened? And then she's just staring at us with her eyes wide open, and she's like, "There's 2 heartbeats." And then her mom's like, "Oh my God!" And then her dad's just staring at me like, and I'm like, and we're literally like in that position for like a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, and
and everyone's quiet, and she's crying, her mom's crying, her dad and I are just looking at each other like in shock. And the doctor's like, "Can somebody say something? It's getting really awkward in here."
but like you can try to understand how I felt. I had just found out I was having a baby,
and that was a shocker.
And that was a shock.
And then 2 babies?
Because I'm young, but then all of a sudden, like, oh, you're 19, you're in college, you barely know this guy, and now you're having twins with him. I was like...
And then the funny part was, her dad was like, "Wait, what's that little speck right there? Please don't tell me that's a 3rd heartbeat."
Yeah, because when they showed us the ultrasound, it was 2 sacs. And when you look at an ultrasound's supposed to have 1 sac, which means 1 baby. So there was 2 sacs, which means twins. And so we were all looking at the monitor thinking, oh, look at the baby. It's little 2 circles. And then she's like, no, there's twins. And we're like, oh, what?
Yay, that's us.
Like, my expression on my face was pretty much like what?
Yeah, it was...
And in
It took a while to sink in.
In my head, I was just like, of course I get pregnant in college, I get pregnant young, and then that's not enough. That's not enough. It has to be bigger than that. I have to have twins. So I was like, okay. I don't know what to think right now, but
That's
okay.
what happened to us.
And then after it sunk in, I was like, oh my God, twins, so much work. Yeah, which it is, but you adapt. But you know what? I'm glad I had twins first, then twins second, which, I could still have twins second, please. No. Please just 1 baby next, because...
Better now while we still have energy.
Better now when we have energy to have twins and take care of them. But better now instead of my second pregnancy, because imagine me having 1 baby first and then twins next, and then just filling my thoughts with, my 1 baby was so hard to take care of, now I have to do double that. So that's just like, that would just constantly fill my mind, I already know. And then on top of that, I would probably have like a toddler by then. When my first baby would be like grown up and I'd have my next 2, I'd probably have a toddler by then. So a toddler plus baby twins, that is, I don't know.
And
that's hard.
better now, because, okay, this is a crazy story. Cameron actually almost passed away after delivery.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was young enough to withstand it and still be here today.
Because of my age.
Which is a long story.
And my
We'd
health.
be glad to make a video about it to raise awareness. But yeah, I think twins' first pregnancy was a better route for us. I mean, we didn't expect it, and it's never something you can predict. But
Yeah.
in our view, or in our way of seeing it, we would have preferred twins now than our second or third pregnancy.
And I'm happy I had twins first because of how traumatic my birthing experience was. I can always just be like, you know what, I have 2 babies already. I'm okay. Like, I'm done. I had 2 babies. I have 2 kids. So, because of what happened to me while I gave birth to my babies, I don't know, it just, I feel more, I feel better about having 2 than just 1, because if I just had 1, I would still feel like I want another one, but I'm scared because of what happened. And we'll go more into detail like Fabian said in another video, but yeah, I'm glad I had twins in the long run. And even though it wasn't at the time I expected to have kids around, you know, after I was married, around like, I was hoping to be married before like around 25 or something, and then have kids around 28 or 30, but I can't even imagine my energy decreased by 28 and having twins, so you know, maybe it's good I had them now.
But yeah, so that about wraps up today's video. Let us know what you think about, or moms that have twins, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I know we met a couple that's amazing couple, and they have twins, and oh my goodness, their babies are adorable.
Yeah. It's so fun meeting parents that have twins.
It's like, oh my god, you guys have twins too, and it's like,
oh my god, you guys barely sleep also?
Yeah.
You guys do this and do this, so do we, and
it's like very relaxing to meet people that have twins.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say is, if you're like a young girl, or you're a young man that has found out that he got his girlfriend or significant other or someone pregnant, and it's gonna come as a shock to your family members, don't be scared to tell them. I would really suggest, I don't know your situation at home, but I would suggest that you tell them sooner than later, because it will give them more time to relax and give them time to enjoy your pregnancy, because at the end of the day, babies are blessings and babies bring happiness. It's gonna be okay, okay? So just go tell them.
Boys, just man up.
Yeah, just
man up and own up to it.
We need more men in this planet.
This world, yeah.
So if you get your girlfriend pregnant or something, just
don't run away.
Just that is your responsibility. If you're choosing to keep the baby, that is your responsibility. So just know that if you leave your, you know, significant other by herself with that baby, that is so much work. And
very stressful on the lady's part.
Just remember that a baby's a blessing, and just don't be scared. Tell somebody. It's better for your health to tell somebody sooner than later, because you never know, something bad could be happening in your body while you're trying to keep it a secret. So it's better to just let people know.
Anything can happen in the early stage.
Yeah.
And it could be deadly sometimes for the female.
Yeah.
And
so
if you keep it in, I mean, it can be very costly at the end.
Yeah, so just tell somebody, don't be scared. They're probably gonna get mad.
Tell somebody.
In the rare case they'll be okay and they'll be calm and somehow be able to keep in all their emotions, but they're probably gonna be mad, but it's gonna be okay. It's better to tell somebody. Yeah, better to tell somebody. But yeah, thank you for coming back to watching BEBÉS & Co. Thank you for watching our video today. And if you guys want more Storytime videos, we're going to do a Storytime about my labor and delivery story, but you know, I still, I don't really feel like comfortable to tell the story yet, so it's going to come soon. But anyways, thank you for watching our video, and make sure to always like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends to watch this video. If you have friends that are newly pregnant, tell them to watch this video. If you have friends that are newly pregnant and they have any questions, just like go ahead and ask or DM me. I always put mine, Fabian, and the baby's Instagram in the subscription below. What is it called? Down below. I always leave my Instagram or Fabian's or the baby's down below. So if you ever have any questions,
yeah, DM her.
Mama's.
She's always on top of it.
If you have any questions, I'm not gonna judge you. It's fine. I just want to help. So
we try to make it a judgment-free environment.
Yeah.
For moms that choose whatever route.
Yeah. If you whatever route you choose, it's a no judgment zone. And if you just want some advice, just go ahead and DM me. I can totally answer back.
And people just need to hear that it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Regardless of the route you take, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Because people demonize every route,
Yeah.
both routes, and it's sad because it just separates us, and we should be united, not divided. So definitely judgment-free zone,
Yeah.
and feel free to share with us, and we'll do our best to help you guys out.
Yeah, but thank you for watching our video. We'll see you next time. Bye. Just by the way, our other baby is not here right now because she's sleeping.
Because she had roseola, so she's been
fighting
extremely tired, so she hasn't
Yeah.
been sleeping at all. So right now she's done with her roseola, or at least we hope. But she slept a lot last night and today, so we're just gonna let her rest and recover.
Yeah, so that's why she's not in the video. So if you guys are wondering why she's not here, she's taking a nap. But anyways.
Bye everybody!